Happy Friday! It's Ladies Night. It's your girl, Mysterious Jax, coming to you live from the Good News Studio. Also here with me are my amazing, beautiful co-hosts, the ladies.
Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Crazy Maria in the house, a.k.a. Life of the Party.
Okay. Hey, y'all. It's Madi on the mic. Happy Friday.
Okay, it's okay.
You got a 911 situation going on.
Right, I'm like hopping seats over here.
I'm over here going live, and I see Crazy Maria.
She damn near climbed on the table.
Yeah, I was like, what is she doing? She's like running from chair to chair. I was like, we play musical chairs. What is going on? She's going nuts because there's no headphones on her seat. It's okay. You don't need the headphones. You know everything. You know the show.
But I need an intro, and I need to hear it right.
Oh, God.
Girl need to step in right. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday night.
Okay. You done? You can go back to your seat now. All right. Happy Friday. We just celebrated Halloween yesterday. Today is also Dia De Los Muertos, part 1. And we also have a special guest. I got to introduce you guys. I know you guys are excited. I posted him earlier. Tonight's guest is a Latino filmmaker named George. Oh my God, I forgot to ask you how to pronounce your last name.
It's Jorge.
Jorge, I'm sorry, that too. Look at me, my Spanglish over here.
Xolalpa Jr.
Xolalpa Jr. He is an award-winning independent filmmaker and a rising star in Hollywood. Jorge has just finished his 4th film called Your Iron Lady, a film based on his mother. Ladies, please help me welcome Jorge. Woo!
Welcome.
I feel like we need a little clapping. Yeah, there we go.
I'm so sorry. And I was like, let me ask him how to pronounce it so I say it correctly on air, and I went blank and totally forgot. It's because we were talking earlier about everything.
It's been like Chalupa.
And I did not. I hate
Chalupa.
butchering people's names, so I'd rather just not say it. And so I was like, let me have him say it.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Ladies
Thank you. No,
Night.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to take this tequila shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So we served him Crazy Maria served him a big old shot of tequila.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm going to sip it like this. Hey, 5 seconds later, he's like, nah, I need to mix this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to mix it.
I need to mix it. I also got some champagne here to celebrate our 1 year on air, ladies. That's right.
365 days.
Can you believe it? And we only did one rerun, and I think we only did 2 or 3 pre-recorded. Two, I think, right?
Yeah,
2 pre-recorded and 1 rerun.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us. We're
a
here
lot.
every Friday
You did
night
it.
on air live. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in and just all the support and love. We've been getting a lot of it. So thank you guys to everybody for tuning in and just putting up with us. So if you don't go out every Friday night, come hang with us. We be drinking over here. I was telling him, I was like, hey, this is a real legit ladies night. We drink, we talk shit, we chismea with everything. So you're going to get all of it.
I love it.
So if you want to talk a little bit about you're a filmmaker.
Yeah, give us a little taste of
let the people know.
I mean,
First, where can they find you?
Yeah.
Like website, everything.
They can find me on MightyAphroditePictures.com, which is my production company, or just Jorge Xolalpa Jr. On social media all over. And I don't know. I don't like talking about myself. It's weird, but I mean, I'm just.
Well, you're okay. You're currently right now promoting your latest film, which is called The
Your Iron Lady.
Yeah, talk about that.
So I'm really excited because we're actually premiering on my birthday this year.
What?
And
that's
it's supposed to be
cool.
opening at a really big festival, and I'm going to be making an announcement soon. But it's just it's a film about my mom. You know, she wrote a book that she refuses to publish, so I said, let me take 2 chapters from it and make it into a film. And the film takes place on the first 2 years when we came to America, which is really, really awesome.
What?
And it's called Your Iron Lady because it's my mother made something out of nothing. She decided to leave my abusive father when we arrived here and just take care of her 4 children, not speaking English, not knowing how to drive, and it's a story about women empowerment. Aside from being from my mom, it's about the 3 women that raised me, which is my 2 sisters and my mom. So I'm super happy and excited and proud to show it.
How
to
much
everyone.
older are your sisters that helped raise you?
Ooh, I don't know if I should say their age, but
Okay, the difference.
So
age difference.
one of them is 14 years apart, and the other one's 11.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm the youngest. So my mom waited 11 years to have me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She needed help. She had 3 babies.
Yeah. I was like the baby while their other children were like in their teens. So
Yeah.
and we came here, and she built an empire, and now the rest is history. I mean, she's the one that put me through law school and everything. So
I know. Talk about that. Okay, you
Yeah.
were not always a filmmaker.
I wasn't. No. So I have a political science major and degree, and I also have a Juris Doctor, which is a law degree. And my intentions were to go into politics and maybe one day, be a congressman or in the Senate or something. And I don't know. One day I was just watching Black Swan. That's my story that I tell everybody, and I was like, this is it. Why do I need to go into politics? Let me just make films, and I've been making films for the past 4 years. So it's been an exciting journey, and I'm super happy to be here because you guys were the first platform that ever took me when I did my first film, when nobody ever knew who I was, and I still don't know if people know. But I mean, you know this career how it is. Like,
yes.
It's like you get to a point in your career where like people get to know you and they know who you are. But I'm super grateful, and I'm always gonna come back because I love it.
Thank you. Oh my God, you have a connection with the good news.
Yes,
then.
yes.
That is awesome. That makes me feel
Yes.
really happy because of the fact like that's the reason why we started the good news. There's more to it, but we created something because me and Keith, if you guys know the Good News story, he is the owner of the Good News. We both wanted to get in radio, and somehow we weren't able to get our foot in the door, so we ended up creating our own lane, and that's kind of what you're doing. So we have so much respect and love for you because when you can't get into people's quote unquote like their quote of what they're looking for, then you create your own damn lane.
Yeah, and that idea where people say the sky's the limit. I always tell people I think the limit begins when you talk about a limit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in limits,
Yes.
and I also think that if we're in a time where if you want to do something, you have the power to do it. I made my first film with a phone. And I did it by myself because nobody ever wanted to help me. Nobody
Did you guys
believed in
know
me.
that?
So I took my phone, I wrote a script, I got two actors, and literally I did the sound and the cinematography for it, not knowing what I was doing, but I did it. And you know what? It put me in a platform, in a position where now if you Google that, film, it's right under Tangerine, under the top 10 list iPhone films you should watch before you die with at the Indie Wireless. So it's like I only made that because I had a passion and I had a something I wanted to do.
A drive.
Yes, and the ambition, and it's like
Yeah.
I always tell everybody in any industry, if you want to do something, you can. You just have to get up and do it.
That's so inspiring.
And if you ever meet me and you want to do
Yeah.
something and you feel like you can, ask me. And I'll help you. I wish I would have known someone like me back then. But it's like sometimes we need that push. But importantly, it has to come from you as well. You have to have that drive, that ambition.
Yeah, man, that's really inspiring. Shout out to Myra. My other co-host, she just walked in, coming from mommy duties. How'd it go?
Yes, doing big things.
Okay, good. I emailed you, Maria, so you can have that information. So that's awesome. I know you guys want to hear so much more about Jorge, but we got to go on with the rest of the show, and we will be talking more about him and asking him questions. So if you guys have any questions for Jorge, make sure you put them in the chat box and let us know so we can ask them for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start off the show with Maria's favorite part, the chisme.
Fidelia,
Okay.
mira, yo tengo una clase de chisme de otro mundo. No me diga, nena, cuéntame.
All right, so Solange is now solo. We were just talking about her on our last show, and rumors have been swirling for quite some time, but it's now official. Solange and Alan Ferguson have separated after spending 11 years together. They met in 2008 after being introduced by Janelle Monáe and eventually got married in 2014. Solange took to Instagram to share a note on life and confirm their separation. So she went on Instagram, and she wrote, "The past 2 years have brought me more physical and spiritual transition and evolution than ever before. My body left me with no choice but to listen and be still. Within the stillness, I begin my journey in confronting my worst enemy, fear. I lived my best and worst moments in front of the lens and gaze of the world since I was a teenager. I've always tried to live in my truth no matter how ugly or full of love it is. I've also tried to carve out the space to protect my heart and my life as it evolves and changes. 11 years ago, I met a phenomenal man who changed my every existence of my life. Early this year, we separated and parted our ways. And though it ain't nobody's business, I find it necessary to protect the sacredness of my personal truth and to live it in fully just as I have before and will continue to do so. It is unfair not to have the power of your own story as you shape and mold and rewrite it yourself." And then she says a word I can't say. A person ain't perfect, but I'm leaning into the fear of the unknown and all the glory and power. I know I exist within God and the universe's grace. May all of your transitions, no matter how big or small, be kind to you and filled with incredible love and light. So I really resonated with this because I'm going through transition. I'm not going through a divorce or separation, but my transition, I really felt that last part that she said. So I'm sure it's hard to separate from someone after spending so much time together, but I'm also a firm believer that you should be happy. And if that person doesn't bring you happiness anymore, then it's time to let go and let God. So, I mean, really quick, Jorge, do you believe, I don't know if you believe in marriage, but do you believe in divorce?
Yes, I do.
A good one,
I believe in both. And I think that you said something really interesting. When someone's not bringing happiness to you, I don't believe in that statement. I think that happiness should come within, from yourself.
Yeah.
And that other person should be happy by themselves to come together and, create some kind of new happiness. So if you feel like you need to be happy with that person, then you probably need to get a divorce.
Right. No, but I'm saying sometimes you're happy when you first meet and you're happy with yourself, and just somewhere along that journey, it's like that you're together. You got your happiness has like dwindled. It's not you guys are always constantly fighting or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through something like that a couple of months ago, and but it took me to realize that I had lost faith and love and happiness within myself.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like this is why this is happening.
That's so
and
true.
then it's like you have to walk away, and as much as it hurts. I like to think that it hurts because it's like I wasn't myself at that point. Mm-hmm. And until I found myself, like right now, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
That's awesome.
And look at me, I'm like,
you're
you're
glowing.
really happy.
So giddy.
Yeah,
but it's because you found that you're worth, and at the same time, it's just like you were not willing to stay there anymore.
Yeah, and I have no problem walking away. I always say to people, I know what I know what I can bring to the table, and I have no problem eating alone.
Same. I feel the same.
But
I know it's difficult to let go of things, especially like I'm just going to use relationship, but also like jobs or friends.
Yes.
You end up having like toxic friends, or your work environment turns toxic. Yes. It's hard for you to let something go like that.
Yeah, it's true because
it's
my
just out of
circle
comfort.
just became so small recently, and it's like not because of me. It's just I think the universe just has a way of taking things from your life, and then you look back and say, "Oh wow, I can't believe that that was happening."
Yeah, or like I held on so long.
Yeah, and it's I'm very committed to friendships, relationships, whatever you want to call it. But at some point, you have to just break and say, "No, this is it."
It's hard for people, I'm sure. And then they had a lot of years together.
Who is that, by the way? So
Beyonce's sister.
Okay, I was gonna say.
We were just talking about her.
I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah, she was married. I think she's just low-key a lot more low-key.
I just view her as Beyonce's sister. That's why.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Well, I said Solange, but
I know. Yeah, but
Solange knows. No,
and you're like anybody?
No.
Is that her assistant?
All right. Our next cheesemate is about Katie Hill. Who is a representative of California's 25th congressional district. Until today, she has stepped down and resigned due to revenge porn. That's right. Her estranged ex-husband is allegedly being accused of leaking nude photos of Ms. Hill. Katie is also rumored to be stepping down for having an inappropriate relationship with one of her campaign staffers. As a freshman representative, Hill entered Congress as a part of the most diverse class in this country has ever seen. She is one of 117 women who were elected into office in 2018 and one of the few openly queer women to hold national office. The attacks that ended her career were a painful reminder of just how vulnerable the change that many of us have been celebrating truly is. So for 4 years... Sorry, we can hear the doors. Like, it's like the spirits are here.
I'm like, wow, that's such a good sound effect.
For years, the feminist activists have been sounding the alarm about non-consensually publicized nude photos, also known as revenge porn, arguing that women are uniquely at risk of being targeted for public humiliation and far more likely than men to suffer consequences after experiencing this sort of abuse. I think it's safe to say that we know many men in office who have been caught in a scandal and never forced to resign.
The president.
One of those being Trump, Bill Clinton.
Yes.
The list can go on.
Sigh.
So what do y'all think about that?
Should we go around the table, or is it just who's the loudest?
No, you right now, Marty. I
So
know you
mine-
have some type of way about this.
I just think that all of that stuff shouldn't matter. I mean, it either does or it doesn't matter, and it has to be equitable. So either we're going to hold politicians or people in office to a certain standard and then hold everyone to that standard, or we're going to believe that that's not a standard for anyone and just let it be.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should ever leave a position or a field of work that they're passionate about and good at simply because of something that has nothing to do with that field or with who they are as a human being, nude photos.
But I think it wasn't really like her forced, but I think she was getting a lot of text messages and a lot of like.
Well, that's
comments.
what I mean. Like, she felt forced to do that. She felt like
She was
that
embarrassed. She was like, "You have my naked pictures out there.
exactly.
Well, how am I going to show face?" So I mean, I understand.
But it's like, why? I don't think she genuinely, like, I think if it was just her friends, she wouldn't be embarrassed. She'd be like, fuck you guys. These are good ass pictures. But because people were coming at her in a nasty way and
Yes.
belittling her as a person or as a politician, that's when it became like, you know what, it's not even worth my peace of mind anymore.
Right.
And that's where it's like people really went to the extent to berate her like that and make her feel like there was no coming back when that's not really done to the opposite sex ever.
Right.
So
And
it's
behind
just
the
like,
scenes, there is somebody telling her, "Oh, the best thing for you is to step
or for
down."
your
I'm
future
sure it was a
family or
male,
Yeah,
too.
and it
very
does
sure
suck.
it was.
So, Jackie, for some of us who don't know the whole story, maybe
Yes.
even some of our listeners, what actually happened?
So she was recently separated from and she said it. I was gonna put the audio, but I couldn't find it in time. She actually said it that she left an abusive relationship. I don't know if it was physically or verbally, but obviously you can see he was. Look at the type of man that he leaked her pictures. But there's also rumors that she had an inappropriate or I don't want to say even inappropriate. She probably fell for somebody on her campaign team who happened to be a woman. So I think he felt some type of way. I don't even know if they were still together when she was also having this relationship with the campaign staffer who happened to be a woman. So, there was also like, there's like links that says, were they a throuple, like a three couple. So, and then I don't know if there was like jealousy involved. I don't know. I was
think
trying
it
to read
speaks very highly, or I guess in the inverse, it speaks really little of the type of man you are. Like in Spanish,
Yes.
you say que poco hombre. Like you're really that type of little bitch to do something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I read something that woman, the second woman, was actually brought to her marriage through her husband because she had an affair with her campaign staffer, who she also gave a bonus of $5,000.
Oh, see. So there's,
Yeah,
I know
so
there's more
a
to
bunch
it.
of
And that's,
Yeah.
I know.
That's why they're probably like, "Hey, step down before
Yeah.
all."
But there's been a
This
lot.
comes out.
Hello, there's
Okay.
like so much stuff that is going on. Like, I mean, I think she could have stayed, but
Yeah.
I just think with that on top of the whole revenge porn, she's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm so done.
I mean, whoever, she has a lot of haters. I mean, this woman, whoever.
Yeah, and it's
Because, but I think at the end
Seriously.
of the day, too, I'm just like all those things in mind. It's like, so what? Like, does that make her less able to do her job
And
or
they-
less competent?
This is how they're trying to get a lot of those women out of there is by using these pictures. So they're Googling trying to find. They
trying
thought,
to find your spring break pictures.
Yeah, they thought they found one on AOC, and
Yeah.
they used one a couple of months ago, and she's just like, this is fake. This is not even me. Like, I don't know what you're
Okay.
doing. So they were trying to use one on her, and they're like, she's like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
Yeah.
And if that was me, I was like, hey, I got some good boobs. Let's go. Like,
I'm like, pull up 2011. Pull up 2011.
hey, yeah,
back
for
for
real.
me.
Hey, give
know
me a
what
good
needs to
year.
happen?
22. Get my that one
They
year.
need to cancel Twitter. Like, Twitter needs to get canceled because now every time someone makes a mistake, people just jump
Go
to judge
back
you.
and bring
that's
it.
the thing. Like, I don't even
Yeah.
care about what she did. I think what bothers me the most is people just are so quick to jump the gun and
Yeah.
start judging you. You
Yeah.
know, it's like,
But this is also a good reminder to the youth. Like, this is going to, unfortunately, like, what we did in our youth is not following us right
oh,
now.
absolutely not. Yeah.
What you're doing in your youth at this age, it's going to follow you forever.
Yeah.
And this is a
Watch
great.
what you post.
Yeah, watch what you post. I'm always telling, like, my nieces and nephews, like, be careful what you post. Even if you don't go into politics, like, just be aware of that. Like, people could do this whole revenge porn. I'm like, it's a commercial. Like, what is that?
Yeah, because 10 years from now, you'll go apply for a job. They'll Google you, and then that picture with the tequila in your hand comes out, and it's like,
Like all of a sudden they
You
judge
can't-
you.
yeah.
But I think the pushback, or I would say like almost like a silver lining, is that like we're at least having these discussions about why this shit shouldn't matter.
Right.
You know? Whereas like
That was
it's-
what the article was saying that I
yeah.
was reading is like until we figure out a way to beat this, like the whole thing, that's what they're going to keep trying to come at women with
Yeah.
is the whole like, revenge porn or trying to humiliate you, belittle you by using these sexy pictures.
or that morbid way of always people wanting to figure out what you do, like about your personal life. I
love judging you.
Yeah,
They
when I
love
went
it.
through Valentina, I remember a lot of questions were because I came out, like I always came out to my family, but I came out publicly on a TV show called Platanito, and after that, everyone would just ask me like, so how does it feel to be gay and in the industry? I'm like, is that really all you see? Like, I'm here to talk to you about my
Right,
film.
yeah.
It's like,
Right.
And-
They
And
love
that-
the scandal.
I think that
Yeah.
goes aligned with what Kathy is saying. She said that's some bullshit,
Hey,
and then she
girl.
agreed with Marty. She said
Yeah.
yes, what Marty said, but she said, dude. But we're living in an era where social media, like Marty said, look at our president. Why aren't we why aren't we ever talking about real issues?
Yeah.
Right?
We're
like,
talking
why
about,
are
like,
we
sideshow
focusing on
shit.
this shit?
Because
We
that's what
got
they're trying to do.
global
They're
warming.
trying
We
to
got-
distract you. Like, look at
distract
these naked
it.
pictures. Look
And
at
it
these
goes
naked
something
pictures.
similar to like
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're
There's
like
more.
asking
And
you
then
questions
all this
that
happening
are not
like
even.
around the time they're doing the impeachment hearing and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, ugh.
Yes, I know they're trying to deter you,
Yeah.
y'all.
And that's why they're
Conspiracy.
exactly. That's what they're
That's
trying
all
to do.
it
Which
is.
I don't think it's going to go through.
I don't think so either.
this
yeah.
is the furthest it's ever
Yeah.
gotten in history. Period. Like the fact that they're gonna go on. They voted, so they
Yeah.
are gonna continue the process.
That's one thing
and
she
that's
said.
never happened ever in the history.
I
of
know.
the US,
I'm
besides
already.
Nixon,
I mean,
who then resigned.
I already know he embarrassed himself with like all the issues that have happened, but the fact that he's like going into impeachment and we're making history with as far as it's getting,
like it's not.
because like it'll give him a thing to not be like, oh, I was also president. Not only did I, motherfucker, but
It's
you
gonna
also
boost his
tried to get
pride.
it.
Yeah,
I see what
his
you're saying. Like
ego,
even if he gets
yes.
like go, he's still gonna be like, I was president.
I want him to be tainted.
All right. Well, that wraps up today's cheese, man.
That was
Oye,
good.
Fidelia, mira, yo tengo una clase de chisme de otro mundo. No me digas, nena,
My headphones on
cuéntame.
so I can hear him be like, hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Jenny Lorenzo. I want to meet her because I'm always using this audio clip.
dope.
She is dope. All right, so our next segment of the night is actually game time. So I was letting
my gosh.
Jorge know about game time.
Yeah, it gets real.
Look, you looking as nervous as I normally get. Look, palms start sweating. Are your palms sweating?
He's over here so pensive, like, oh,
I know.
So tonight's game, we're playing Truth or Shot. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
shit.
bringing that back today for you. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and just ask you a question, and you decide if you're gonna answer it or if you're gonna take a shot.
Just remember, guys, I'm driving, so be nice.
So
to me.
tell the truth. You better tell the truth.
I always say be honest.
Yeah,
And then you leave fucked up.
yeah, and still take the shot.
Right.
Yes.
Throughout the show.
All right. Your first one, because you're our guest, you get to go.
Oh, okay. Yay!
You get to go last.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I would get to go first.
All right, Maria.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
I knew you were
She
gonna
was
do
laughing
that.
so hard over
Exactly.
there.
Oh, we're going that way.
Just cut off.
That's
real
why I like
quick.
sitting in the middle because I know I'm not gonna go first and I'm not gonna go last.
Yeah,
like
right.
I'm good.
See
All right,
that?
Maria, you ready?
She's surprised.
Here we go, Maria. You got your shot? All right, here we go.
A big ass shot.
Truth or shot? Truth or shot? Would you rather kiss Donald Trump with tongue or lick Shaquille O'Neal's butthole?
And it's not clean.
He just took a shit,
Wait,
you know what I
Myra-
mean?
Myra is really gonna fucking.
She's zooming right all the way
Oh, you
in.
want me to ask it again?
She's
There
looking
is
in your
no
eyes.
shots
Let's
within
repeat the
this
question.
Maria, truth
Like,
or
for
shot?
real.
Would you rather kiss Donald Trump with tongue or lick Shaquille O'Neal's butthole?
Dirty.
Dirty butthole. He just took a shit. He had diarrhea and everything.
I'd put Shaquille O'Neal in the damn tub. Make sure I let him soak for a good
No,
hour
you can't
or
soak
two.
the butthole.
Then go out ahead and get one of those scrubbers. Mexico
Scrubbers? Are you
scrubbers,
going
like
big
the
in there
real
or
one
what?
that you cut it out, and you just scrub this shit until it turns like a
Oh
little
my
red.
gosh.
Make sure it's. Oh, because I don't want to kiss the orange man.
Oh my god.
I don't know, y'all. I might have to get a little tongue action. I don't know about that booty hole.
Look, I'd be his wife, okay?
You gonna eat the
'Cause when
booty.
you go
You
to
gonna
the
eat the
booty
booty.
hole, it just opens up a whole new
my
relationship.
relationship.
I wish I had an Eat the Booty soundtrack right here.
Oh my gosh. We need it. You got to start writing down the
Wake
sounds
me
we
up
need.
with breakfast, looking at the
Oh
sunrise,
my god.
He said
Wait.
kiss Donald Trump for sure.
everything. Girl, they know
Maria's not kissing no Donald Trump. She
No.
is licking Shaq's butthole.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
going for
You're
the
not
Shaq
kissing
booty.
that- Oh, no.
She's right.
Oh my god.
Keith said he's kissing Donald for sure.
All right, Maddie, you're next. Here we go. Truth or shot? Since, talking about revenge porn, what is the most inappropriate picture on your phone and you have to show us?
Oh my god. Hell no. I'm going to take this shot. Not the whole thing because it's big.
So wait, the picture or the shot?
You don't take the whole thing because it's too big.
Oh, damn.
Look, she can't even talk right now.
That girl
She's
likes a
swallowing.
pacer sale.
She likes to ease it in.
We like to go nice and slow. We got to last a while.
I'm worried about these questions. now.
His face.
Hey, your friend got it real quick. He got the camera ready.
Oh shit.
All right, Myra, you ready?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like,
I got a
"Ready
shot
to
right
show
here
the
for you.
picture?"
Well, yeah. Let me.
All right, Myra.
I'm drinking
You gotta
water.
zoom in on the face.
Oh, yeah. Zoom in on Myra. Here we go.
Hold up. We there.
Okay, remember, this is truth or shot. So you either answer it or you take the shot. No water. It's a real shot.
Give me an easy one.
Just be a truth
Then
teller.
you got to answer it. All right, Myra. Who was the last person that you licked?
Licked?
Yeah, that you licked.
Look, I'm pouring. It's a
I
small
don't
one,
lick
too.
people.
Oh.
The last person I put my tongue on?
Yes.
Yes.
Put your tongue on.
My baby daddy.
Ah.
I ain't taking no shot.
She said anything for not to drink.
You know what's so funny? We could lie, but we're just
No,
gonna be
it's not
honest.
fun.
That's not the point
You
of
guys
girls'
better
night.
not lie.
Ladies' night, we tell the truth.
I don't lie.
We're
so-
very honest with our
Yeah.
listeners. We don't lie.
Guys, we don't lie around here.
We don't.
No, we keep it real.
We wish
Like
you
we
would
have
lie,
tequila
but
for all
you
that.
know.
Sometimes we keep it too real. Like we be TMI too much with our listeners. Okay.
That I agree on. We do. That's true. Someone did say that. Someone did tell us.
All
before
right.
we
Are you
should've
ready,
lied.
Jorge? Are
I'm
you
ready.
ready?
Give it to me. Come on.
Estás listo?
Yes.
All right. Name, first and last name, of the worst kisser or lover you've ever had. We want to hear the first and last name. And be honest with our listeners. They'll know.
I'm taking that shot.
Oh!
Just because he's probably listening tonight, though.
Oh, shit.
Take it.
Oh my God, the whole thing.
We went
Hey.
No. Yeah.
Lo vamos a cargar como José Jesús
Oh,
Cristo
wow, on
aquí.
our
Yes.
backs.
Like this.
I don't kiss and tell, that's why.
That's
All
right.
right.
I don't either, so
But
I
you
was
took-
safe
you
with
took the
Shaq,
shots.
so
But I
I'll
did,
do
yeah.
that.
Shout out to everybody. Does your friend want to play? You want to play?
Oh my God, you should ask him. Yes.
Come on.
Baby's
Do it.
back.
Nobody's safe.
I'll give you an easy one.
Yeah.
What's his name again? For Romy's name?
Frank.
Frank. Come here,
Come on,
Frank.
Frankie.
All right, Frank. I got a question for you. Are you ready, Frank?
Let's do it.
All right. Either you answer it or you take the shot.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good. Here we go. Would you rather have your parents watch you having sex or you
Ooh.
watching your parents have sex?
Oh my gosh.
An easy one, huh?
Nah, girl, that's hard. I would do neither. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
Cochina,
I
cochina,
wouldn't-
cochina.
No, you have to pick one or you can take a shot.
I'm gonna take the shot.
Right.
I'm
All right.
Because that is gross.
Can I get a
Hey,
shot? Can I get a-
salud,
oh,
salud,
salud.
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 That's not going on the radio.
Jackie, get Bebe one.
Baby, come here, baby.
Woo! Yay!
All right, baby. Here's your
Okay,
question.
Put what's in your bottle. Some water.
No.
Yeah.
That looks
It
like
does not look
wine.
like water. It looks like wine.
Yeah. Is that wine?
Okay, just kidding. It's water. It's water. It's too old. All right. If you had to punch someone in the face in this room, who would it be?
Oh, shit! Jackie!
Wait,
Not like right now,
Definitely is
but
not me.
eventually.
Okay, fine. All right, I'll do another one. All right, I'll do another one.
That's so good.
Not
even
hard.
I just want to hear Baby say crazy Maria.
She would never punch her friend.
No, because she
fight back.
True. She does fight
She gotta
back.
get somebody she can knock out.
All right, what is your go-to porn? You can either answer or you take a shot. It's up to you.
Why did you ask me that?
Because I knew that was an easy one for you. Don't lie. If you had to watch
In
porn.
New Year's?
If you had to watch porn, because her man take care of business.
Right.
If you had to watch porn,
What would be
what
your
would
go-to?
your
Search
what would
bar.
be your go-to?
Like, what are you searching? BBC?
What is BBC?
But now I have to check. What's BBC?
Google it later.
I
Google it
can tell
later.
you what it is.
Tell them what it is.
What is that?
Is it Big Black Cock?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
She said yes,
Oh
folks.
my God. And how do I know that?
She looked surprised that we asked.
They was like, okay, that's the one I normally
I
go
know.
to. Yeah, that's
She
the
said
one.
yeah.
Yeah. You should have. Oh my God, that was epic. Whoever
She
got
looked at
that
us like we were dumb. She said, duh.
my love.
Yes, you're screaming.
I'm the one.
Well, now I answer another question for you.
Give him one more, Jackie. Give him one more.
Oh my God.
Kathy says
Give him one
the
more.
questions are scary tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, tell us your best pickup line that you recently used that actually worked.
You have really beautiful eyes.
And it worked?
Yeah.
It does work because I'm like, oh.
But let me
Oh yeah, same. I do
You
that
got
too.
Myra feeling on your leg over here.
Yeah.
I dimmed the lights already.
Because he had really beautiful eyes. I told him, and it worked.
And that's a nice compliment. So, like, someone can be like, oh, thank you. You know, so then you're like, okay, so.
Okay, that's how you trap them.
Yeah.
All right.
Kathy says somebody needs to record your laugh.
Oh, Kathy. I know. I should trademark it for
You
sure.
should. Yeah, definitely. We'll work.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
To make it go from the friend zone to the end zone. Trying to take it to the house, baby, let's go. Cause I been waiting all night. It's game time.
All right. So before we go into our topic of the night, we have one more segment for you, which of course is brought to you by the beautiful Myra. So Myra, your segment tonight is question of the night. So
Girl, I got a question for you. Can I get an answer? Yeah.
all right, girl, what is the question of the night
All
for
right,
your girls?
guys. This one's going to be quick, I hope.
Oh.
And this will tell us where our priorities are. So, would you rather have an 850 credit score or $25,000 cash right now?
Hey, your questions always got me questioning my life. Like,
You know
I mean,
what?
I feel like my life is not put together with your questions.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say credit score for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do so much with a good credit.
I was just going to say, I mean, this is going to have us,
Because,
Yeah.
like, think about it. With 25,000, you can only get one nose job. But with
Man.
50 credit score, you can get, like,
I like
five.
how
Ooh, I
You
like
know
the way
what?
you think.
But you know that $25,000 would help me fix my credit. So
That's
and it would let me buy other things and pay off my car and blah blah blah.
that's
That
so
25,000, I'll take the
true.
25 because it'll pay off my debt,
Yes.
and I'll still have a little bit left over, and then my credit score will be 850.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I'm good. That'll be
Okay.
mine.
I didn't think about where you were talking
I would
about, like,
stunt really hard with my
that
25,000.
You see how
That makes
easily she
sense.
can be portrayed.
That-
No, stick
it
with your
makes sense.
answer.
Yeah.
I'm still saying that
crazy
credit,
Maria.
No, don't try to mute me.
I'm about
still
to.
staying at that credit score thing, but I didn't. Right, I didn't think about that. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Because you think about it,
But I'm
let's say
still-
you
I'd rather
instantly
have-
get an 850 credit score right now today.
Nothing
but you
gonna happen.
still have all that debt.
But you have to
But your
understand,
income
if you
hasn't
have an
changed.
850 credit score, you're going to get a lot of doors open with even more amount.
Let me tell you, but your
So-
income is still the same. So then what are you going to do? You still got to
just
pay
gonna
the
play
same
it smart.
debt. You
You
still
gotta
have
play
to.
it smart.
I mean,
That's
credit
what
score
you're
is
gonna do.
everything nowadays.
Yeah.
If I had an
Yeah.
850, I'd probably have a husband by now. But
That's true.
And you know, that's the first question they ask on a blind date.
yes, what's your credit score? Yeah.
What kind of
friend-
blind
Yes.
date?
Yes, I have a friend that does that. And she
That
goes
happened
out
to
the
me, and I
date,
was like,
she's
What?
"What's your credit
I was like,
score?"
why
I
do you
have
do
not, and nobody's asked me that.
said
I
that
guess I
my
just look like I got
age-
good credit.
She says at my age, I have no time to waste. So
Or
I
maybe
need
we
to
just look
know
too
who I'm
Latino to
dating.
even have
Oh
credit.
man, for real.
Kathy says, what if you don't live past tomorrow? What is that credit score going to get you?
Hey.
Kathy.
Same thing as that 25.
Get you that
No.
Euro trip.
Well,
if
I'll
you
make
get
sure
that
there's
25
a-
grand, you pay off your
25
debt. Because if you die tomorrow,
Girl, what
that
does it
debt
matter
goes
if
with
you
you,
pay off
and
your
it goes
debt
to
or
your
not?
kids.
Oh
But
shit.
maybe there's a credit
It
card for
will
them to
not.
pay for my funeral. So.
Damn it.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I got life insurance. So, shit, they can use that motherfucker to pay off
insurance?
all
Oh my god. All right.
and be happy.
Well,
right, there we
thank
go.
you for you got everybody now on the freaking chat box just questioning their life right now.
We're going to go check our credit score.
What's
after
my
this.
credit score? This would be a great time for like an ad. You know,
Yeah.
we should look
Credit
into these
Karma.
Credit Karma to
Credit
be a
Karma.
sponsor on Ladies Night and shit.
Yes.
Get all our credits up. Credit Karma helped all the ladies on Ladies Night.
They can Credit Karma.
They can help you too.
The ladies trust Credit
Hey, we
Karma.
should go ahead and save that and send it to them.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Damn,
great.
that was a free plug.
Right, great question. Thanks for that, Myra.
I got a question for you. Can I get an answer?
Yes, you can. Anytime.
Ooh, Chris
Oh my
Brown.
god.
We gotta have a
Every time
whole
I see
nother
him, I
episode
think of
about
you
that
and
one.
Zach.
Ask me, baby. Just
He's
ask.
just so damn
I'm so in
fine.
love with him.
He is fine. You don't agree?
Chris Brown could get it.
Yeah.
I think your looks don't erase your past.
They don't.
Thank you. Yeah,
But I don't
agree.
want your
All
past.
right to me.
Right.
That's what makes him all right.
She's like, I want your present.
I don't want your past. I have a past.
Yeah, true.
We all have a past.
No, his is crazy.
Well,
All right.
Right, before we get
Awkward.
into that.
I am so drunk.
oh my gosh.
Already?
Yeah.
The crickets.
guys. Happy 1 year anniversary.
It has been 13 minutes.
Damn, you didn't broke the record on most
She looked for her clock that was not there.
Within 30 minutes, the ladies happened to get Jorge drunk. I'm so sorry, Frank. You're going to have to Uber home.
His friend's going to take a nap right now so he can drive later.
Your car is cool and safe right here at the Good News parking lot. You know, we got our own security, VIP. Just make sure
I'll be good.
got your keys.
We got the taco man. He'll hook you up. You'll sober up
in the
real
morning.
Real quick. All right, well, let's get into tonight's topic. We are talking about Dia de los Muertos. Woo woo. And how do you celebrate this holiday? We're also going to be talking, have you ever had an experience with the spiritual world or any ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? And how would you like your family and friends to celebrate you when you're gone? And last but not least, how do you want to plan your funeral? Yep, we're planning funerals tonight, everybody.
Wow.
I hope that's not bad luck. If it is, we're just going to go ahead and push that away. It's
No.
not bad luck. It's superstitious. Because we're all going to live long, healthy, happy lives. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into Dia de los Muertos. Yay. So shout out to Mari, who is dressed to the T today and set up our ofrenda. How do you say that? Oh my God. I
Yeah,
always say
ofrenda.
Ofrenda.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. If somebody can take a picture of that and post it on our
Yes,
story.
I like the guitar.
Yes, it's beautiful. So pretty much, I thought I heard something. The spirits are here.
I'm like,
we
know.
are called the
You know,
spirits.
that's what they do. That's what the
my
ofrenda's
God.
for. That's why
they're
there's lights.
here.
Yeah.
I feel the spirits here at the Good News.
Because I would be walking out this damn door. Shit.
What did you do to the
They're
spirits?
not bad
They're
spirits.
not going to
The
beat your
spirits
ass.
don't have to be bad.
yeah.
Why are you so scared of the spirits?
What did
To
you do?
protect yourself
Let me
with,
go ahead and
like,
explain what this is before you scare our listeners away, Maria. So Dia de los Muertos is not a scary thing. It's also known as Day of the Dead. It's a Mexican holiday that is celebrated from November 1st to the 2nd. It is a day to celebrate and gather us to pray for and remember our friends and family members who have died and are helping support their spiritual journey. Okay,
Yes.
Maria? So you don't have to be scared. In the Mexican culture, death is viewed as a natural part of the human cycle. Mexicans view it not as a day of sadness, but as a day of celebration because their loved ones awake and celebrate with them. So traditionally, November 1st is when you welcome the souls of the children that have passed away, known as Dia de los Inocentes, Day of the Innocents. And also, it's also named Dia de los Angelitos, Day of the Little Angels. And November 2nd is when the adult souls arrive. So that's just to kind of give you guys an idea. I know Halloween, usually you're supposed to be scared of the ghosts and the monsters, but for the Day of the Dead, for us, it's more celebrating those that have passed, and we celebrate them and remember them, and you share those stories with the kids after us, so that they keep their spirit and their story alive. So how do you guys celebrate Dia de los Muertos? Jorge, do you celebrate this holiday?
No.
That's an honest opinion.
But I've always wanted to put in an ofrenda up, especially because I do remember doing it when I was little in Mexico, and I can't wait to have children to do it because I think it's something that you need to teach your children. But no, I don't really celebrate it. I just don't know how I would.
Yeah.
Well, just like this, putting up pictures. So what Mari, do you want to describe what you put up for our listeners?
Yeah. I think the baseline is that ofrendas have a lot of the same elements to them, which is like having a very decorative, colorful altar, or an altar. And ofrenda is things that the deceased person would like. So you say the fallecido. It's not as harsh as saying the muerto. So it has things that they would like. So there's a guitar on there for music. There's always candles or veladoras to light the way. There's usually flowers. The marigold flower is very specific to Dia de los Muertos because it has such a strong aroma.
The cempasúchil, right? I think those are
yeah.
well. Yeah, the orange ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Cempasúchil.
Cempasúchil.
I don't know how to say it.
And they have 400 petals. There's this whole thing, and it just smells good. I think the biggest thing of ofrendas is their pictures, the candles, things those
their favorite foods, or a lot of people put pan dulces too, because that's also a very
or cigarettes or
cigarettes,
their
beer,
alcohol,
their favorite drink,
yeah,
things like that they used to. So if somebody liked music and liked to sing, you would put what she said, like a guitar and stuff.
But this is beautiful, by the way.
So you put things in there and just to celebrate them, and it's just allowing them hey, we see you, we remember you, we're still thinking of you, and it's more just celebrating you. Then this is when you come to it, if we saw a picture of somebody that we both both knew, we'd be like, remember that one time
Yeah.
that they did this, this, and this, and that's what you would do. So it's more about like celebrating their life and just remembering
Yeah.
those good things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the stories that you tell is like a big deal. Like that's supposed to be like
Bless
a
you.
coming together. And I feel
Thank
like
you.
that's why, like you were saying, it's not a scary thing because it's supposed to be like a way of healing. So I think it is interesting because it is an indigenous mixed with a new world, like Catholicism tradition. So it's like a mesh of two things, but it really allows like our culture to process death.
Yeah.
So we're not like hopefully traumatized by it or afraid of it. It's like, hey, it's going to happen, but we're never going to forget you because we remember these people. So it'll be that way for you. Right. So it does bring us eventually to that question, like, what do you want people to remember you by? And I think hopefully it's the positive shit, not the drunk nights. You
Of
know?
course. I mean, you can remember those drunk nights because those are some good times
But on
too.
my MySpace pictures, they get your
But
worst Facebook
I'm not
pictures.
gonna lie. I know I'm not the only one, or maybe I am. I don't know about in this room, but I literally had a huge fear of dying my whole childhood,
Yeah.
and not until I got to become like an adult and know these things about my culture. Because I wasn't aware that we were doing these things when I was a child. Because I remember my grandma going to my abuelita's house. We would have prayers and the rosary, and we would have pictures and stuff. I didn't know what that was. Now as an adult, I'm aware of what it is. But I had a fear of dying. I had a fear of death. Like I did not want to die. I would get anxiety over it. I'm like, what's gonna happen to me after? And now as an adult, because of this, of part of my culture, I'm like, I'm like more okay with the idea of dying and not, I'm just when my spirit goes on to the next world, like I'm okay. I'm going to be around people that love me and that are my family, and I'm going to be okay. But before, I used to get anxiety. Did you ever have a fear of death?
I did, but I don't know if you know this, and I know my whole family's listening and they know this, but I actually survived suicide about 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
Yes.
2015 on my birthday. Yeah. So, and for me, ever since then, when I woke up again and I was still alive, I said to myself, every day needs to matter. Like I need to do something to make it count. And I don't care about dying anymore. Like as long as I wake up every day and I know I've done something that it will probably impact first of all, impact myself and what I'm trying to do, or someone else, that's totally fine. And I just don't think about it anymore. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I just know that when it happens, I know that I've done everything to, be happy and to also make someone else probably, happy.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here with us.
Me too. Yes.
I'm not sure what you say. If you say congratulations, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm very open about it too, because I always tell people, whenever you go through that, I have like a link where people just can reach out to me and talk about that.
That's awesome that you've established that.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people still going in through those
it's
thoughts.
difficult.
Those thoughts can be very scary. So. Thank you for being here with us. I mean,
no, thank you for having me.
No, I'm just saying here in the universe, the world. I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah, and it's weird because I never thought I would make it past 28. I always tell people I didn't think I was going to get to 30. So when I turned 30, I don't know if you remember, but I threw this huge party and I was like, yes. So now I'm like,
yes, I remember. I was there.
I feel like I passed the test, like a life test. Aww. And now I'm not afraid of dying because I don't think about it. It's something that I can't control. So lately, I don't care about things I can't control, and one of them being dying. Yeah. But yeah, I totally get it. Sometimes it is scary of dying and not having like a legacy.
Somebody in the chat box just said, "OMG, shit just got real. Thanks for the rawness, dude." So I think you never know who you can help and like be on. Like that's why I always say like we got to be honest here and be real with people. Everybody goes through struggles, Like I've been having like sad days recently, and I look forward to Fridays. It's like what makes me happy and stuff. But at the end of the day, like I've never been to that point where I want to kill myself. So. It's a real thing that a lot of people struggle with. So the fact that you are able to share that and now say that you've, moved on, that's a big thing. So hopefully you can help somebody who's going through that at this moment.
And real quick, like I'm very transparent about that. Like not to get away from the subject, but like I even tell people they can reach out to me on social media. And like I think it was Thursday talking to someone that texted me, and I give him my number and we talk about, because it's there is people to talk to about it. Yeah. And I take that very seriously.
I think destigmatizing it too. Like people shouldn't be ashamed or feel belittled because of that. And I think it makes you appreciate. I think death gives you the opportunity to think about your life, even if it's not like totally dramatic and maybe as dramatic or as influential as a singular moment like yours. But I think knowing death happens is a nice reminder that like you just got to do you.
Yeah.
Right. That was my friend Eva. Hi, Eva. She's listening to us all the way from Vegas.
Hey.
Hi, Eva.
So, I mean, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. The fact that you shared that, what advice would you give to someone who has someone in their life that has said those words like this universe, this world doesn't I don't want to be here anymore. Or they can go on without me. And they've said these words. There's obviously red flags of depression. How can we help people like that?
Here's what I'll say. I feel like the whole world already judges us. So when we start judging ourselves, we lose. We give them power to that. So here's what I'll say. Your flaws, your mistakes, your, shitty things you've done, whatever negative thing you've ever done in life, it doesn't matter. It's valid. You've done it, and it's for you to live and remember. And that shouldn't be a reason why you want to end your life or anything else in that matter. So whenever you feel like that, just remember, you live through it. It doesn't matter. Move on. Appreciate it. You probably learned something from it. You just haven't realized it, and forget about it.
I love that.
In this industry, in this industry that I am, the film industry, we have to face rejection every single day. So if I reject myself, what am I telling the world? Yeah. I always have to tell myself, if I make a film and it's bad, then I'm telling people not to look at it. I'm not to watch it.
Right.
But for me, anything I do, it's majestic. It's the best thing I've ever done. And that's just for me, to know.
Yeah. I mean, if you go back and listen to the first 10 episodes of Ladies Night, you're going to laugh. I sound ridiculous. I sound nervous. I sound crazy. But those are all learning, mistakes. And it's made me to who we are now and established and created this environment. So.
And the thing is that it's a mistake maybe for you, but not for anybody else. And it's like the moment you name it a mistake, you're giving people power to judge you in that way. So that's what I would tell them.
I guess because you as a creator, how you wanted it to look. And it's kind of like when people do their weddings. It's like, don't be mad at your wedding if it doesn't come out the way exactly how you want it, because there's going to be mistakes. It's not going to go perfect. Exactly. So just have fun. And that's kind of the mentality I have. I'm sure if you go back, they're going to hear so many mistakes on my future shows, but I don't care because now, it's made me better and we're now this,
But also don't have any expectations. That's the other thing too. When I turned 30 last year, I was like, no more expectations, no more goals, no more anything. I'm just going to go with the flow.
Really?
Yeah. I reached my goals from after what happened. I had 2 goals. I said, 1, to make at least 3 films before I turn 30, and 2, make sure that I'm the people know that I'm doing this. And it happened. And after 30, I said, no more goals, no more expectations. I'm just gonna go for it, go with the flow. And I'm happy. That's my main goal, is to be happy. If anything, if I have
me
one
too.
goal. Yeah.
Same. I'm the same.
Yeah.
And I think our mistakes shouldn't weigh us down either, and that's really hard to internalize. I think that's a tough one. I think hearing it a lot. I think people forget the power of words, and sometimes it's cheesy to have affirmation. Sometimes it's cheesy to have your friends tell you oh, you got this. Sometimes it's not what you want, but I think hearing that positivity matters in the same way that when you hear negative shit all day, you're going to feel negative. Yeah. Right. So conversely, when you hear positive shit all day, it's going to fucking happen. You're going to feel positive. Yeah. So just let that be.
Yeah. And more of advice for people that are in that position, I think advice to friends around a person that is in that position. Sometimes we don't need advice. We just want you to listen. That's it.
Exactly.
Literally, that's all we want.
I was just telling.
And
you're
now,
not their savior.
Yeah, and now my best friend is my mother, and I tell her everything. I've always told her everything, but before, you just want somebody to listen to you, because it's
everybody wants to be
heard. And even family sometimes can be hard about it. It's like, oh, get over it, shake it off, and it doesn't work that way.
They'll get mad at you.
Yeah, but I'm right now, I'm happy to be in a position where I don't take meds. I don't get depressed, and when I do, it's a reminder that I'm alive. Mm-hmm. So if I wake up depressed, I'm like, great, I'm alive. Shake it off, listen to a happy song, and move on. Let it go. Don't give it power. Yeah. And it's worked for me for the past 4 or 5 years. So.
Yeah. And sadness is a an emotion just like happiness. It's okay to feel that sadness, but don't let it overtake your day over you. Yeah.
Don't
get out of it.
It's hard, but yes, you can. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Maria, go ahead and go into the comments.
So before I go in the comments, my thing is always, you can allow yourself one day to, be sad, be down, whatever it is. But after that one day, you got to pick yourself back up. You can't allow yourself to go on days and days and days. And it takes really a lot of courage for you to do that. But you have to do it. You know why? Because you have to love yourself. Yeah. And you have to want better for yourself. Yes. And you have to want to make sure, it's just, yes. So let me go into the comments. Because I could talk for days.
Yes, you can.
So Kenny says, congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Salute.
Thank you.
Thanks, KB. Woo woo.
Bebe says, we were late for our wedding.
See?
Yes,
See?
we were. We were
I was late for my own graduation.
You were late for your graduation?
Don't blame it on me. It wasn't my fault.
Right see, Bebe said it was Crazy Maria's fault why they were late. See, that explains a lot, because Crazy Maria is
not the driver.
Always late. She's always late.
Can we just say that we just couldn't? It started off at her house where we couldn't find something, and where she thought it wasn't there, and it was in the truck.
All my friends
right?
were
You
late to my
thought it was in your car,
quinceañera.
and it ended up being in
All
your
of
truck.
them.
I wish I
So
had
that's
a
where it
quinceañera.
started. But we
You
were
still
allowing it.
can.
I know when I turn 50, I'm gonna.
No,
call.
just do it now for your 31st. Your second quinceañera.
I know I should, huh?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, I
Your
was looking on,
treintañera.
Treintañera.
Yes, I was looking
I
on
never had
Instagram.
one.
Do it
30 is
again.
the second
We should all
quinceañera.
have like a
Yes,
themed.
yes, we should. Yeah.
What are you doing for your birthday
we
this
should
year?
all be
Besides,
damas.
I am. Well, it's my premiere for my new film, and I really wanted to throw a 70s inspired party.
Oh my God, I'm
I
there.
really, because this year I've been if I'm driving, I'm listening to 70s music.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I
disco
wanted
dancing.
an 80s inspired birthday party, so
Yeah.
we should combine it.
We should, and then make it like a.
Because mine
between-
never
yeah.
happened.
In
Okay,
1975.
wait. So I don't know if you guys, Myra, if you know, but Jorge invited us to his movie premiere that's gonna be around his
Yes.
birthday.
So my premiere, the Consulado Mexicano, the Mexican consulate was very nice, and they called me and they said, your birthday's coming up. We want to offer you a screening of your new film. And we're going to have Tortas Chago is sponsoring the event. So we're going to have Tortas Ahogadas. We're going to have Tequila, and we're going to have Mezcal and a little bit of wine. And
Oh,
Mariachi.
shit.
Mariachis Lindas de Mexico is coming to perform.
What?
Yeah, so it's
love
going to be a
that.
private premiere, I'll send you guys an invite.
Oh
And
my
it's gonna
God,
be
the
in
ladies are
downtown LA.
gonna be there.
Yes. And I mean, tequila. Come on. You can't say no to
You had
tequila.
me at
Are
tequila.
we dressing
Never
up?
say no.
Are we coming like super Mexican?
You should if
Are we
you
waving
want.
them
No,
up?
he was gonna do 70s theme. I think he said.
Well, no,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they said so now I'm not doing I don't know if I'm doing the party because the premiere is on I'm at December 13th, my actual birthday. So
Oh, so when do you
You're
want to have the
Sag.
party?
maybe the next day.
Okay.
Yes.
And where do you want to have that?
Probably in the hills like
we
last
don't
year.
want to. We don't want to say the address. Don't
Yes.
say it on here.
1, 2, 3. No, okay. Yes.
The password is okay. So invite the ladies. We'll be there. We'll be representing. We'll bring some more tequila.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay, invite.
I know because I invited you last year and you couldn't make it.
I went-
But
no, I did
you
go.
did? Oh, I remember. Yes, you did.
Oh my! How drunk were you?
I was very
He's like,
drunk.
don't blame
I
me.
met all your friends that
at the
night.
hills, right? Yeah.
No.
Did you show up on time?
Oh
No,
wait,
my
the
birthday party.
The one at your apartment.
That was the year before.
Oh,
when I turned 29. But I did one for
29.
30. Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me for your 30th.
I did. I just saw the invite on my text
Stop.
because that's the last time I talked to you.
My bad. I'm so sorry for not going.
It's okay.
It's around probably Christmas, so the holidays
I
is tough.
know, I
But
know.
tell me now, December
13,
14,
yes.
I will be there for sure. Okay, ladies, we're going to a party in December.
December what?
I'm
Oh
going to
my
put
God.
it in my
13.
calendar because she just looked at her
I'm
phone,
looking
but
at,
she didn't
not
put
that I'm
it
not
in.
listening. I'm looking at the comments.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
going on in the
Trying to go
comments?
So, Kathy said, "Oh hell yeah! Oh my God, get lit." Bebe said, "Tyler Perry just spoke about how he spent money he didn't have for shows. Yeah, he didn't have for shows where not too many people showed up. He continued for a few years spending money and getting the same results. Look at him now."
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're
He
talking
inspires
about
me.
the plays when he used to do the plays. So Tyler Perry obviously started as doing those plays and playing these characters, and so he obviously you were saying that he didn't have a lot of audience members come, and he just kept going with it because he believed himself so much.
Yeah.
And look at him now. I was
He
just
owns
talking,
the biggest
No, he
studio
inspires me,
ever.
yeah.
and apparently he has an airport in his house
Probably,
in Atlanta.
yeah.
Like
And in Mars too.
it's
I bet.
crazy.
He's
Like he is one of
Yeah.
the most
prolific filmmakers and
inspiring because
Yeah.
of the fact that he made his own lane
Yeah.
and what we're all representing. The
Yeah.
good
And he
news
was
represents,
homeless
you
before he
represent it as a
started Medea.
Latino film director.
So, yes.
I was reading a little bit about
Yeah.
you and how you were going to law school, you wanted to be an actor, and then you decided to
Make
start
films.
making your own movies so
Yeah.
that you can be the star in your own films. And literally, hello, that's like what Goodwill Hunting
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
So look at you now, and so you're
And
creating your own lane.
Yeah, we're in an industry where everybody's getting their moment, and Latinos keep talking about doing it, but they're not really doing it. And I'm not gonna call out people. In
No,
the
I already
industry 'cause
know.
they
You don't like one of the people that I really love.
Gina Rodriguez.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like
and
her.
I just said I was
We're
gonna
gonna
name
have
names,
this whole
but
show on
here's
it.
the thing.
I know, Gina
and I've been very
Rodriguez.
vocal, and she knows. She used to be my friend. not
She used to be
anymore.
your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? Why don't you like her?
It's not that I don't like her. I just think that if you're gonna do something, you shouldn't talk about it. You should just do it.
Amen.
And I feel like sometimes people get caught up in their privilege and they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not
It's
opening
wrong.
doors anymore.
I
Yes.
told you
They
I
pass
feel
the
like I
thing.
got
I
a
don't need her
privileged
to-
vibe from her.
Yes, and it's like I don't need her to open doors for me.
true.
I just need you that if you're gonna talk about Latinos and how you're not getting opportunities, then maybe you should step up your game and actually do something something about it and not take a film about a cartel. Like, what the F are you doing? But
because it had a Latino lead. She was a Latino lead.
Aside from that, I took this year after I did my mom's film, and I started acquiring rights to a lot of Latino work, from books to stories, articles, and I'm taking 2 years off to produce work to bring other Latinos into the industry.
That's
and
awesome.
it's crazy because I've only been doing this for 4 years, and it's like I have the ability to go into these studios and say, look, this is what I want to do, and luckily they've been backing me up and stuff that I'm doing, and I think that I don't have to announce it. The fact that I'm doing it, it's great, and I am announcing it now. But it's just to kind of like a parallel of how I feel like all these Latinos are saying, let's do this. But they're not really helping. That's why I look up to the Black community a lot, because they came together and they said, screw you, you're not going to nominate me for an Oscar. I'm going to do my own work.
Well, that's definitely Tyler Perry, who is
Oprah. Will Smith,
Oprah helps everybody. She helps white ladies too.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying when it came down 3 years ago.
I mean, Tyler Perry is focused on just the Black community, and
but
that's
like
what I'm
3 years ago when nobody got a nomination for the Oscars, and they were like, we've been waiting for it, and we have work we can submit, and and it's like you can consider, and like Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight, and I can't think of other names, but I just love how they came together. Gabrielle Union, and they're doing things, and I would love to see my community do that. Unfortunately,
I think we are in a way. You don't think so?
I think there's a whole nother discussion to be had about like how big our diaspora is.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a lot of things going on.
Well, we're so many Latinos. We're from different countries, and we clash sometimes.
It feels like they're all overshadowed, or like they're all under an umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. It's like Get Out. Like they're all being freaking puppets or manipulated.
Yeah.
Like you've got
who are you trying to talk
Salma Hayek. You've got all these other important big names, and I don't really see them. The only time I remember them in the spotlight protesting about anything was the Me Too movement.
Yeah,
but I don't.
Isn't Salma Hayek been directing some movies? Not was it Salma Hayek? Or
she has like a Netflix, I think.
She has a show. She produced Monarca.
Yeah, doesn't she produce is that the telenovela she produces?
Well, she also produced. No, that was Eva Longoria. She also
Eva
produced
Longoria.
Ugly
That's
Betty,
her. Yes,
and that's the thing. I feel like when you get to a position of power and you're comfortable, you can just go out and say, I want to help or I want to do it, and you don't really have to do it. Because, again,
That's true.
I mean, I've met with so many people very prominent in the industry, and it's hard work. And, again, I'm not shitting the industry. I love the industry. I love what I do.
I don't think anyone wants to put their foot in there and get into that.
But I think it would be a hypocrite if I say, look, Mighty Aphrodite Pictures is a company where we produce stuff about women, and I never do anything about women. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I don't know if you guys know that, but he does. Can you talk about that?
So yeah, my production company, Mighty Aphrodite Pictures, we produce content about women, and right now I just got the rights to 5 really amazing projects, which you guys will find out eventually. But they all highlight women, from the first Mexican author to the first Mexican actress that came to Hollywood in the 40s. A story about a scandal in Mexico between a pop star and so I have all these and they're all about women and Latinos.
Why is it so important for you to make films for women?
Well, we come from women, and it's like people forget about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be here. I'm not gonna say it the way I want to say it, but maybe I will. We all come out of a vagina. So
vagina,
come on,
vagina.
people. And it's like
vagina.
It's not a trend. It's like we all come from a woman.
Right.
Without women, we wouldn't be here. We should respect them and not treat them as trends. We should treat them as what they are.
Right.
Like they're not second class human. Like they're
and I think there's nothing wrong with elevating someone. When you elevate someone else, you just add value to them, which and then inherently adds value to you. So people need to step away from the fact that elevating something else other than themselves is like not being, I don't know, like people like to think like if you uphold women, you're a feminist, and this means so many other things, when in reality it's like, let me just be a fan. Like chill, like let me just be a fan.
And it's like I don't believe in titles, but I just want to make films about women because my biggest inspiration is my mother, as you know.
Yeah.
And it's like everything that I do has something of her. So if people don't agree with my whole idea of we come from a woman, well then at least agree with about the fact that we all have a mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's crazy. I have a question for you. Which actors would you love to work with?
Oh my god.
Like your
There's so many.
top 5 for
okay.
sure.
Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron, Daniela Schmidt, which I am in the process of. I actually just gave her a script. She's a Mexican actress in Monarca. Julianne Moore, and I forgot her name from that movie Marilyn, A Week with Marilyn. Michelle Williams.
I love her.
Oh, yeah.
And I have more. I have a list. I actually do have a list.
Oh my god.
And Halle Berry. I forgot. Halle Berry is amazing.
But Nicole Kidman was your number 1.
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah.
And you've made 4 films so far.
Yes.
And the first 2 are with your iPhone.
The first one's with an iPhone, just the first one.
Oh, just the first
yeah,
one.
and I'm
after.
actually going back to my roots. I'm trying to see if my next film is going to be shot with an iPhone or not.
Nice.
But we'll see.
I can't wait to see the premiere. Oh, really quick. What does your mom think of the movie that you made about her?
She loves it. There's kind of this whole craziness going on with my family right now.
Really?
About it because it has a lot of things from when I was growing up, and none of my siblings have seen it. They
haven't seen your film yet?
No, they are proud of me and they support me, but they have they have said that they are not going to attend screenings just because it brings them a lot of memories. I mean, I had to get into a specific mental state of mind while shooting it, so I didn't have to go back to those moments. And my mom, when she watched it, she's seen it about 5-6 times now to prepare herself to see it on screen. But the first time we watched it, I mean, we were a wreck because it's like it brings memories,
Yeah.
It brings memories of growing up, and you come here to a country that you don't know, and you stay with family, and you think family is going to help you out, and then it turns out to be the worst thing ever. Yeah. So it's
just like the first 2 chapters of her book.
No, the book is 17 chapters, but it's just the first 2 chapters when we came to America.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm excited to, and I didn't do it to like shade people.
No,
I did it because
for
me, that's my mother's
going
to be immortal forever now. Like my mom is just going to go into history because I know this film's going to go far. Like I've been seeing the results of what I've done, and it's like for me it was more of a way to honor her and my 2 sisters. The women that I grew up with, and it even there's a very small scene in the film where they talk about how I dress very like colorful and I get made fun of for having effeminate, whatever, traits. And, my mom's response was, well, that's who he is and it's not her fault. We just have to go with it, And it's like, I love that because I feel like I got so lucky with my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Being super Catholic and being Latino.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. She loves the film. She's super supportive. She's excited to see it. I know my siblings are listening to this. I hope they can come watch it. If not, I mean, I don't care. I'm not caring. I do care.
I mean, at the end of the day, I hope
Go
your
watch
siblings
it.
know that
Yes.
there's
Support your brother.
family. I want to use the right word for this. There's family, drama, family chaos, family secrets in every family.
Absolutely.
And you're brave enough to share it.
Yeah.
And that's going to allow a lot of people to connect with you and your story and just like, dang, like I'm not alone. So you're going to be able to comfort a lot of people in your life. I mean, and not just your life, but in general in the world, because they're going to feel not alone. Like, dang, it's not just my family. If, it's as bad, or, sometimes it's probably not going to be as bad as other families' problems, but it's still, they're going to be able to relate like, okay, I'm not alone. My family's not the only crazy family on the block.
And you also learn a lot. I learned a lot about that. Why family did certain things in life. I mean, doesn't justify their actions. But like for instance, for my mom, I used a lot of music that she used to listen to while she was, cleaning, cooking. I'm sure you guys know like moms how they are. Yeah. And the words of certain lyrics took a different effect in my life because I said, oh my God, I said this used to be like a mom song, but now this is like a song about being heartbroken, or a song about being, feeling abused or feeling alone and things. So it was a learning process for me. It was a very difficult film to shoot, but I'm happy and I can't wait.
Well, I look forward to watching it. I can't wait to see it. The last film that I watched, I actually took Mari to go see it with me. It was Sweet Caroline.
Yes. Oh my God, you got me.
Crazy.
You got me.
It was creepy, but I liked it. It was
Caroline.
suspenseful. I know. It was so good, and I thank you for inviting me to that. So I'm looking forward to your next film. All right, so let's go again and get into these scary stories. So, Jorge, you were telling me that you have a really crazy story. I don't know about everybody, but the question is, have you ever had an interaction with the spiritual world? And if not, do you have you ever seen a ghost? All right, so Jorge's shaking his head. I have to hear this story. So what is going on?
So long story short, because it's a very long story, I used to do property management a long time ago, and I took over a building in downtown LA, one of those historic buildings, those lofts. And I remember I was the property manager, the director, but I took over that specific building. So I went to say hi to all my residents, and I bumped into this resident, and we had a great conversation. He's like, yeah, I've been here for about like 20-something years, blah, blah, blah. He told me the story about the whole building, right? So we went back. I went back to the office like 30 minutes later, and everyone's just like looking at me weird. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? So then the leasing agent, my assistant, comes up to me. He's like, what were you doing? And I was like, I was talking to everybody, but I got caught up with, I forget the resident's name. He's like, let me show you something. So we had like 40-something cameras. They play the camera, and you can see me talking to myself the whole time.
You're lying.
No, I swear to God, I swear on my mother's life. And I
that
came home,
gave me chills.
and I laughed because I've always had moments like that. I've had encounters like that in my life.
No.
But yes. And this is suicide
I'm so
life.
fucking glad that you guys got that on film.
Yeah, and you
I'm
can
so
see
glad
me like
you did.
I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And and he's like, I've been, and then my listening agent goes,
because people never believe you.
Yeah.
People never believe that
Yeah.
it's true. I've actually, I mean, I've never actually spoken to a spirit and felt like they were right there, but I've had encounters with them. I've felt like they were there. Their presence, it's been there. They've showed me.
Yeah.
But I wish there was a camera so I could have filmed it, because people don't believe you.
I mean,
when you
funny
tell
the
the
whole
story,
time.
it's real.
Because he told me a lot of cool things, like, oh yeah, a bunch of children burned down in the 20s down there, and he just told me all these things. He's like, yeah, I've been here for a long time, but it didn't hit me. And also, I don't get scared. I can walk by and see a scare, I mean a ghost, and I don't get scared, especially because I've always had that pre 2015. I've always had that. I would see things, and I can still hear things. I can I feel like I'm in touch with another world or something. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't. It really doesn't scare me.
I feel like
so when you hear noises when it's dark, you're going to sleep, and you hear noises, that doesn't frighten you.
Well, I believe in energy, so if I hear noises, I feel like the energy or the universe is trying to give me a sign. And if it's something that's evil or whatever you want to call it, I curse it out and I say, what, get the hell out of here! I don't need you right now. Yeah,
that's so funny because I'm the same way. I don't get afraid whenever I hear a noise. I mean, when I was young, my dad used to tell us stories about how my grandfather used to work in the fields, and he used to drive a tractor, and he always had some sort of evil spirits around him or something. One day he was driving his tractor very late at night in the dark through the fields, and someone was sitting right next to him. And he could feel that person just in his ear, and he told them "You're not here for me. Get the fuck out of here!" He cursed him out, and that was it. So ever since he told us that story, I always felt it's not here for me. You know what I mean? So
I had a coworker who told me that she actually sees spirits a lot, and in hopes she allows them to be there only because she's hoping that one day her mom shows up. And her mom has shown up, but she's always looking for her mom's spirit to come. But the other spirits that do come, because she's so welcoming, the more spirits come.
But that is scary.
This is what she says. She says, tell them, because I said I feel that sometimes that the energy,
go away.
She's like, hey, I'm not ready to see you. I don't want to see you. Please go away. I'm not at that mindset. Please respect my boundaries. Please go away. And they usually go away and leave you alone.
See, I'm a true believer that it's true. Some people don't believe in ghosts or in spirits. I do. They're there. But I'm also not receptive to them and welcoming them in or anything like that. Yeah. I mean, I've been in situations. I mean, when we grew up, when we were kids, me and my sister, we remember this the most. My little sister doesn't remember at all. But we would have we would be sitting in our bedrooms. And then all of a sudden, and we lived in a duplex, so there were 2 units in front of us, and then we were the back unit that had 2 bedrooms. And we would hear a whole conversation, a whole freaking going on in the kitchen, people moving chairs, dishes. It's people washing dishes. It's a whole fucking thing going on. And me and my sister would be so scared, and I'd be like, let's go see. And
why would you want to go see Myra?
Because if you don't, you give him power.
Because exactly.
Or you just ignore them.
I'm packing my maleta and
I'm out.
I'm gonna tell you guys another one. You guys are
no.
You guys are not gonna believe this, but or maybe you will. So this was around the time Selena died. Me and my sister.
Selena came to you. Shut up.
No. Girl, Selena would have come to me. I swear to God.
Jesus. Girl, I wanted to perform with her.
I would be like, Selena's my fucking cousin. Fuck all it. No, but let me tell you.
I would just start singing right now.
We were obsessed with Selena just like everybody else, right? And we were.
God, what was that?
That sounded like a ghost.
That was a
it
ghost.
Did, but it was a
it sounded like they said something right now.
So we were kids. And Selena had just died. We had a little memorial for her. We cried. We did all this stuff. And then my sister and I, we shared a room. We both had twin beds, and we were laying down. My bed was closest to a wall where we had Selena's poster on the wall. And we hadn't turned the lights off. We hadn't gone to sleep yet. It was late at night. All of a sudden, no windows are open. We had a back door that was attached to our room. No windows were open. All of a sudden, Selena's picture frame starts going like this by itself. It just starts going like this by itself. All of a sudden, this shit goes all the way around and falls on the ground.
The wind must have been.
No.
Well, and you asked me a question about
how is the wind gonna make it just
a whole fucking 180.
Let me
Maria?
tell you, our back, we had one small window and a back door.
Yeah.
Everything is shut. My mom makes sure all of our stuff is shut because we're the ones that had a back door. So she made sure we never went in and out. That door never opened. And our window was never open because we're kids. We're little girls. We run to the room and we're like, Mom. And all she sees when she comes in is the picture frame just shattered with glass down there, and Selena's picture on the ground. I'm sure it wasn't Selena's spirit, but it was something.
Well, it probably was.
Or it could have been anything.
This
you know.
is the reason why I don't do. I mean, I respect altars. I love them, but I do believe that when you put up an altar, you're conjuring something.
Yeah,
I know. That's why when
the point
Jackie,
of them.
that's
Yeah,
when
but-
Jackie said she
but
felt the
sometimes-
spirit. I'm all about altars, but I don't mess with the
But
spirit.
sometimes you shouldn't, because you have. In my belief, it's like you have to let them rest in peace.
And I don't even remember if we.
So
did
imagine
that.
every
It's not
year.
like you do it all
Every
the
day.
No,
They're
absolutely,
not year round,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. That's no, I totally agree. But I still think that, I'd rather not. I don't know.
So do you think if I
Y'all better call me back.
wait? Do you think
Once
that
a year.
Do you think? Wait, right? Thank you. Put my picture up at least once a
Leave me
year.
a bottle once a year, bitch.
Because the only
As
picture.
long as you don't come and visit, I'm good. I'm gonna put up the picture.
Wait,
but I'm
the
not
only
with
picture
you
that I have
coming
up
to
is
visit.
of my grandma at the moment, who passed away recently, and I haven't felt her energy yet. But do you believe that the picture only is of the spirit that's on the ofrenda, or the one, or just any spirits?
I think it's any spirit.
Yeah.
Because when you conjure them, it's like they come out through a limbo, and it's like I feel like they're just lost in this world. And
Didn't
again,
you watch Coco?
I've never seen Coco.
What?
No, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
you
should
have
watch
to.
it.
You gotta watch Coco.
Yeah.
It's actually a
So
really
they made
good.
of
Well,
us.
yeah, it's
I
actually a
gotta
really
watch it.
well-made movie.
I
It's
gotta
actually
watch it,
really.
yeah.
So Jackie, let me just tell you, you haven't felt her spirit, but my
No,
grandfather
at my house.
Yeah, but my grandfather lives with us, and since she's been gone, and I really do think that he sees her. And I'm with. Well, I
Yeah.
used to be with him more, especially during the day, and he used to tell me, "Who's that lady outside?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Who are you talking about?" And Jelly would be sitting right there, and he's like, "She's at the door." So I'm like looking, and I was like, "Papa said there's nobody at the door." So he's like, "She's still standing there."
Yeah.
Todavía.
So it went on for like a few weeks until I went out there and I said, Mama Nina, if this is you, you can rest in peace. Like,
Yeah.
Because she used to be his caregiver. She used to be the one to be like, Ándale, Jose, vámonos, and take him to the, senior citizen and, do everything for him. And he now is like by himself. So I'm sure that she is coming to visit him, and even in the middle of the night, he'll be talking to her. So I went outside and I was like, Mama Nina, like, if this is you, like, you can go, like, rest in peace. Like, he's well taken care of. I got him. Like, I make sure that I feed him. And I sat there in the front porch for a while, like, telling her, like, I got it. Like, I'm feeding him. Like, he's fine. So I think that she does come and visit him, because I don't know, and I really do believe in spirits, as scared as I am of them, but I do feel like she wants, you know what I mean? She wants him.
She's
Like,
checking up on her man.
I
She
think
wants
that
to make
she
sure
wants
y'all
that,
taking care of
but
him.
Mom Nina
Because if
was
you're not
crazy
taking
about
care of
Papa
her man,
Jose.
she's gonna pull your feet. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Don't tell her that.
She's gonna
Don't
trip
tell
your
her
ass.
She would
while
never
you're
pull my
standing
feet.
up.
Yeah,
It couldn't happen though.
It could.
She'd be scared
I'm
as
just
shit. Why
telling
you
you right
tell
now.
her that?
It could
Don't play,
happen.
because the girls went with their dad today. So I will be
Well,
sleeping
She's
at your
gonna be
house.
by herself.
She's gonna be sleeping at your house. I had a friend who passed away a few years ago, and I was there when she passed away. I held her hand, and I always I talk to her. I'm driving sometimes in traffic, and I just talk to her because I feel like she's still
She's
of
there.
with
She's
me,
listening
right?
to you. Yeah, she's protecting you.
And I don't do any of this stuff. I've never celebrated Dia De Los Muertos, and I've never lit a candle for anyone or anything like that. As many people that I've known that have passed away, I've never done that. But one day, I said to I used to always say to myself, like, gosh, I want, to, maybe one day she'll come around and I'll actually feel her or whatever, feel her presence. I would say maybe a little bit over a month ago, I was asleep and I was dreaming and I dreamt of her.
Aww.
But it was not a dream. Like, it was like she was there talking to me. We were talking about, like, it was literally, I felt like she was I was in the bed and she was in the bed with me. It was like I stopped dreaming and I was like, we were just like hanging out and talking, and I was like, oh my God. As soon as I woke up, I wrote it down and then I text someone and I'm like, oh my God, Liz was here. She was talking, and then and that was real.
It was real. It was real.
That was not a dream. I felt like she came to me, and a lot of people say, like, I know people who their fathers have passed away, or people have passed away, and they're like, you know what? My dad has never visited me in my dream, or I've never seen. And maybe it's not you, maybe they're just not ready to face that, or maybe they don't want to.
Yeah.
You know,
It
it's
could be that.
something. You never know. But
Yeah.
I was so happy that happened. 'Cause
That's really awesome.
that was my first like real experience feeling like
You guys are the complete opposite of Maria. Maria will run and scream and put the blankets over her head and say, "Go away, leave me alone."
That's my sister.
And I'm like, "Sister, it's me. I just wanted to say hi."
But you know what's crazy is that when I was younger, all the way up until I was, and I've never shared it with anybody other than my dad, and we were going to one of his cousin's funeral. But when I was younger, we all used to share rooms, and Jackie, Anna used to sleep with my sister, and I used to have my own little bed on the side. So every time I woke up, I used to always see this little girl, and the little girl had those vestidos alponados. And then I would get so scared, just like Jackie says, because I'm not ready to see it. So I would get so scared and close my eyes, and then I'd open it up, and it would be like, I don't know, the vacuum cleaner or
that's me.
what is it called?
Fan
the
or
fan
something.
or whatever.
with a towel.
So
over
I
it.
saw her all through my childhood, all the way up until I moved out of my parents' house. And then I went back to my parents' house, and I was sleeping where Yesenia sleeps now. And this only happened one time, and I don't know if it was my grandfather, my dad's dad. I don't know who it was, but it was an older man. And I had woke up out of my sleep, and he was sitting at the end of my bed. And when I opened my eyes, he looked. And the minute that he looked, like, I'm always a scary cat. Like, I close my eyes, and I just, like, slowly, like, look up. And he was gone. So it just so happened, like, a month later, I was going to the funeral with my dad, and I was telling him, like, this has been happening since I was a kid. And my dad's like, tú tienes el don, you know, whatever. What's wrong with you?
I don't want none of that.
So that was there. But when we used to live on Regent, you know, we have a lot of spiders, and my aunt that used to live on Regent used to always tell me that her daughters used to see, like, a little girl, you know, walking around. When I first moved in there, I had, I think, Anissa as a baby, and I saw spirits. And I was changing her diaper, and I was like, hello. And then, you know, scary as me, I'm, like, walking down, like, what the fuck? Okay,
where's the water?
Here. So I called Corey. I was like, are you, like, what, this just happened. So it kept on going. And in my dream, Alexis was playing with her. And I was like, I was so scared. I was like, you know, where are you going?
I'm gonna leave right now. I don't like any of that stuff.
I'm telling you.
That is Marty, you've never had a situation with, like, a spirit or a ghost at all? Are you telling me that? Are you serious?
I think she's ignored it.
I feel like I've ignored it.
Yeah.
Like, they know.
If you ever do, just cuss them out.
Yeah.
That's what
Just
I do.
tell them, I don't want to see you.
I cry.
That's what I do. I cry.
Don't cry.
Then you become
cover
vulnerable.
myself.
Yeah,
They'll
just
come back.
talk to them and tell them,
No,
I don't
I
want to
feel like-
see you.
I feel like I'm like, no, wrong house.
Like I tell my
It's not me.
No
it's not
soy
me.
ella, no soy ella.
ella.
So I tell my kids about this stuff, and they're like, well, Mom, you know, I'm like, well, Sean, and Nadia, because it's here. Like, there are spirits out here. I mean, we drive past a cemetery all the time, and I'm like, you know, they're not here for you. Like, you know, like, whatever's out here, there's nothing out here for you, so there's nothing for you to worry about. You know what I mean? So,
Maria just made a face.
I don't want to be a vessel for
Maria just made a
negativity.
face when Myra
Because-
said they're not here for you. So go ahead, Maria.
I'm sorry, but if they come visit you, they
a reason.
want, yes,
They
they
want
want
something.
something. And
You're
I'm
in
not
their
the
bed,
one,
girl.
I'm not the
Tell you
person to go
this.
find their
You
family.
didn't
I'm
wash
not the
their
person.
sheets.
I don't care.
I'm not like Harriet the Spy.
And that's
I
the
can't.
first,
no.
who
See-
said it? That they would pull my feet. That's the first thing I get scared. Like, don't touch
Well,
my toes.
When I die, I'm going to pull your feet if I die before you.
I'ma tickle you. I'ma
pulling
tickle
your
you.
feet. When your feet get pulled, and if I die before you, it's me.
look, I think we're looking at this. I think we're looking at it all wrong.
Oh, I'm coming for you,
Because you're
Maria.
not it right.
But let me tell you, I think
I ain't
no
looking
wrong
at
or
all.
Right. I
I'm
just
not
don't
looking.
want to be dealt with or visited.
Have
or
you
nothing.
been-
I'm not the person.
But
you know what?
haven't- but you
Let me say
haven't,
something,
right?
Because you're
But you
scared. I think that's why they come back.
That's why they come
Yeah.
No,
back.
I'm not her.
But look,
Go away.
oh my
And
God.
when
All right,
I
all
come
right.
to
Like,
do
I've
this,
confronted.
and then
We
Yeah,
can
but-
obviously.
I feel them. I'm
Oh my
like,
God, that's
I didn't
scary.
do this for that. Like,
You know, there'd be some funny ones because I've heard people say like I'm gonna be that person that's going around scaring people because what else am I gonna do in
I
that?
do that. I do that.
So
Yeah.
I'm like I think
I do that, yeah.
I think it's
I'm the
people
one.
like fucking
I would
around.
yell
You know?
in my car. Ah! Everybody looking at me like,
Look,
what the fuck is
but
wrong
Maria,
with you?
no one is hunting you.
Nobody.
You haven't had anything come out here like literally genuinely scaring
don't
you
know
or
my
frightening you.
life.
Well, have
Yeah.
you? Have you?
Girl,
Don't
you
tell
had
us.
been
Don't tell
following
us.
me
No.
Since I was a kid. I've never shared this with nobody.
But
This
is
the
it-
second time I shared
Is
it.
it
talk to us. Don't
Is
talk
it
to us.
haunting
Well,
you?
now
Do
be
you feel
careful.
like?
I
Do
don't
you
think
feel
hunting
unsafe?
is the right word. And safe is like they don't do nothing for me, so I can't say like I'm not like running in the closet
just
like
that
Whoopi
energy,
Goldberg and
like
nothing,
that
but I just don't
negativity.
Look,
like it.
at
But
the
no,
end
not
of the
Negative
day,
energy.
So
I just
that's
don't
what I'm
like it. I don't like seeing somebody looking at me with a big old alponado dress looking like she belonged in the 60s or 70s. Like, girl, like
It is Dia de los Muertos,
I can't
so-
help you. Like, no, stop. Like, I was scaring my daughter yesterday. It was so funny, and she started crying. She's like, Yaya, Elisa, oh my god, because I hid, and Yaya came out, and I ended up scaring her too. But I'm not the person to come visit.
All right.
I'm the worst. I can't find your siblings. I can't find.
Maria,
your
you can
family.
talk about this all day. We get it. You scared. Leave it
Yeah,
alone.
you
Stop
big
it.
scared.
All right,
Such a
really
girl.
quick, because we can talk about this all day. And I didn't get to share Ed's story because you shared like 4. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the
Mine
next
share like
topic.
20.
Sorry.
Y'all got
How would
problems.
you want your family to celebrate you after you pass, and how would you plan your own funeral?
Oh
So we're
my
gonna go
God.
around so everybody gets a chance, and we'll start with Madi.
Oh wow.
So Madi,
Let
how
me
would you
open up
want
my 30-page book?
how would you want your family to celebrate you, and how would you plan your funeral? And this is not bringing any energy into us. We're just talking.
Yeah, no.
So knock on wood, we're not trying to die.
But just
We want to
in
live a
case,
long,
if we
happy,
do
healthy.
die after we leave,
family.
I think God be knowing what's up.
Shout out to my sister Anna who pulled through. Hi Anna.
Yay.
I would let you share a story, but Maria and
Those
Myra
boots,
shared
though.
like 4.
Yeah.
So
So we shared none.
You didn't give us a limit.
She said all of them.
Next time, tell us one story.
one story, y'all.
Okay.
All right, Madi.
I think I want to be buried where my family's buried, so wherever that may be. Or maybe you could like cut off a leg and then turn that into ashes and then spread that like
What?
that's very
in
specific.
the garden.
One leg?
Or like an arm, whatever you want, but like most of my body should be in the coffin, especially the face so you can see it for the funeral. Hopefully it's still cute.
Maria, wait. I'm muting you. You've said enough.
It's like that nose job was very expensive. I
Yes,
want everybody
yeah.
to see it.
I mean, I want to. Me quiero ver bonita, so like, please let it be open casket. I want people to be able to like tell funny stories or like I don't know their memories. I think like I would like people to like remember like the good things that I did, but also the bad things. I don't want people to ever idealize me or to make me feel like I was more of a saint than I truly am. I think I want people to remember like how real I was and how authentically I tried to be and how much I lived in my mistakes. And I think that's what I hope is that like when they talk about funny things, they think of me, but when they talk about like, you know, like, oh shit, she fucked up, that they also think of me and like they learn from my
feel it.
existence.
And anything specific for your funeral that you would want?
I definitely want open casket. I need like live music. I need lots of chairs and shade because my family
She's
could
really
probably be
thought about
really light skinned. Has to be a big venue because we have a big family.
Wow.
Food is
My
a must.
family gets
I need
easily
it catered. I need it catered. I don't want to hear no complaints from motherfuckers saying there's no food at this party. I need there to be like a sleepover situation going. People are gonna get fucked up, and that's okay with me. That's pretty much it.
I like it. You should have a shuttle like that just drives
Yeah,
people.
you know, like a Mari shuttle or something.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, take some
people
to home.
better take it. Otherwise,
Mighty bus.
I'm gonna come back and pull feet.
All right. So pull feet right here. Maria's the one.
Better take that shuttle.
All right, Myra. How's your funeral looking? How do you want your family to celebrate you?
I don't know. The only people I would ask, I guess I would ask my kids how they would want to visit me.
That's important.
Because, I mean, if I get cremated and then my ashes get, sprinkled across the sea, then I want them to go to our favorite beach or they go, and sit there and kind of, reminisce and talk and stuff. Or if they want to go to a graveyard and remember me. So I'm going to have that conversation with them. I kind of have, and my daughter was like, I don't want to talk about that. And then I have to explain to her that, it's going to, but...
Have her watch Coco again.
Yeah, I'll have her watch Coco again. But I just have to...
I'm going to watch this now.
I cried in that movie too, though.
I just have to put this out here because I'm going to make my story short. That was it, Jackie. But the other day, what did Cynthia say? She said that if she dies before me, my sister said if she dies before me, she wants me at the door.
Like a VIP, like, a bouncer.
Hey, she's going to be
You're
like,
not on the list.
You can't come in. She's like, there's 5 people on this list and you're not it. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely
She's
be a bouncer.
going to have a VIP list.
If my sister goes before me, She's older. If she goes before me, then I have to be a bouncer for her. So yeah, that's one of my jobs. Then I don't know. I don't even think she would even take the time to be a bouncer for me.
Oh.
Yeah, not in a bad way. She just ain't got time.
No, she'd have the bottle like this. This is for you, Myra.
Yes. She'll be like, no. She probably would be. She'd probably be like, first of all, she didn't fuck with you. She didn't fuck with you. You didn't even talk to her. So without me making a list, she'll be there.
I don't know if she remember me.
All of you guys are welcome. She loves all of Jackie's sisters.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
No, I don't want to be recognized as Beyonce's sister.
Well, you are, honey. You
have my own name.
I want to have my own name.
Shit, Maria Martinez Chavela, Crazy Maria.
I love it.
Oh my God, these are my sisters right here. These are two of them.
Hi,
I have
nice
one
to meet
more
you.
sister. She's in.
That's awesome.
Crazier.
Where is she? Detroit? No, Michigan. Michigan.
Did you just call her Detroit?
No,
I
it's
said
just
she's.
Detroit.
Oh my God.
You got a name now?
No. What is wrong with you?
She
I said.
out there.
Never mind.
out there.
Anyways, Jorge, how would
Yes.
you want your family and friends to celebrate you, and how would you plan your funeral?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Richard, the guy with the beautiful eyes. He just told me he's listening. So shout out, Richard.
Shout out.
Second.
Yay.
Yay.
It
Second.
worked, huh? Is there a date number 2?
No. I mean, I don't know. Sorry. I'm so drunk. We've never even gone on a date, but he's cool. Second, I don't care about my funeral. I'm not going to be there. So do whatever you want.
Right.
I don't. But I guess now that I'm thinking about it, tacos definitely have to be there. A lot
Yes.
of tequila. I don't care. Tacos, tequila, and mariachi.
Yes.
And y'all better have. You know how in Puerto Rico they have that thing where they sit like the dead person like in the room to like.
Oh, like in a glass casket.
Oh, yeah, so they can see
like
you.
literally sitting down in a chair. So y'all better have me sitting there while y'all having that party.
Well, you can't have you smelling though. If you smell like a dead person,
No.
Yes, that's true. That is so true.
That's
Yeah.
real?
Yeah, they'll just have you sitting down like this.
No.
I wish people could see. They just have you sitting like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is it bad karma to like take a selfie?
yeah. Can we be on there? Can we twerk on you?
Just imagine
No
you,
joke.
Just imagine you giving me tequila and coming to this funeral, be like talking to this person. Why is he not talking to me? Like, what am I like?
You're like
You don't
shading
like
all
me?
of them.
All right,
Imagine all
whatever.
the drunk
Oh,
people.
my
Imagine all your
God.
drunk friends just talking
What
to
if
you
he
when you're
gets
dead.
slapped?
What if
No
I get
joke.
slapped? I mean,
People are taking selfies with you if you're sitting in a chair.
oh, that's great. They should.
Group
Then
picture.
They should know
Picture.
I'll be back to
Hey,
haunt them at
boomerang.
night.
Mighty said boomerang.
She's like, fuck that.
I'll be the one standing at the door like, Jack, you are so fucking
You're like, I'm not going to
right
your
now.
funeral.
You are so wrong on so
But I'm
many
serious.
levels.
This is the thing in Puerto Rico.
Stop,
Like,
I gotta Google this.
they'll
I
have people
gotta
sitting
Google this.
down and
Oh no, that's not
at the
okay.
funeral, yeah.
I've never heard this, but this is
I ain't
hilarious.
sitting
Maria,
on
can
you,
I sit?
working on you,
Can we
none
throw
of
your body into the
I'm-
water
I'm gonna do
afterward,
nothing
or how does that
but
work?
in
You
front
just
of
dig a
you.
shallow grave.
You're gonna put
Yeah.
some ice under her ass so she smells
Where do we put the body afterward? Do we like roll you into the
in
dirt?
a bathtub right there. All right, Maria, how do you want people to celebrate you, and how would you plan your funeral?
I'm not ready to talk about that.
Oh my God!
Pick
No,
one
I
thing.
think about Jenny Rivera singing her fucking song, and then she like, no, I'm not doing that. And then we got an ofrenda in front of us. Lord knows my job.
We're not.
here is
We
not-
already put into the universe that we're not
Let
ready
her
to die.
rest.
But
Let
if
her
you
soul
go and we
rest,
don't know
yeah.
what you want, how can we respect your
Right.
wishes?
What do you want me to wear?
Maybe she does have wishes.
Can I wear red to your funeral?
Can you stop?
Can I wear
Oh my
booty
God.
shorts and
Yes,
flip flops?
that
Can I
doesn't
wear a
work.
skin tight dress with
I'm
long
not
boots?
doing this right now. No.
Are we
I'm
going
not ready.
braless to your
No.
funeral
Oh,
or
can
no?
All right.
Free
come
the
naked.
nipple or not?
Come naked.
Is the password going to be BBC?
Everybody got to be naked. What do you say? What do
I'm
you say?
so drunk.
Is the password gonna be BBC?
That's like for the channel, right? BBC, the British.
That is not my favorite porn.
You're wrong.
I can tell you what
No,
my
that was-
favorite porn
Don't,
is.
please
but
don't.
It is not that. And I
Please
just learned some new
don't.
shit on EJ and TJ shit about real
Stop.
new porn, so I'm
Okay.
not going there.
Stop
Don't give
it.
her a laugh attack. Cause we can record
we
that,
need to
please,
make
'cause
her
once
a
she gets
sound
on
effect.
it-
Oh
We need to
my
make Jackie's laugh a sound effect.
Yes.
At least I
Record
life in
her 'cause
silence.
She can't stop when she
I'm
gets
like
started.
dying here.
Can we?
You should put a picture that
I'm
she
doing
said.
that.
You should see, yeah. You should.
I'm gonna do BBC as your password. Don't you?
It's gonna be easy one.
Big black cock.
That's hilarious.
Please don't be that excited.
No, I meant like the British channel. Like
Oh,
the
I'm
British
so sorry.
Broadcasting
I'm so
Channel.
sorry. I'm so
British
sorry.
Broadcasting Channel.
Got
wait.
it. Got it.
BBC is British Broadcasting Channel.
Oh, let's
See?
see. Grande cochina.
In the UK. In the UK.
Okay.
Jackie.
We gotta go because I'm gonna keep laughing.
She's having a laugh attack.
I am. My funeral, I really haven't really thought too much of it. I just want y'all to have fun, share stories of my craziness. You guys should record this laugh. Okay, why did I see a recent video?
I could just
Did you
imagine
see-
your ass sitting up while that laugh comes out.
No.
That shit is gonna come haunt us.
Yeah.
Her laugh is gonna come haunt us at night.
And then your fucking pallbearers run and your ass fall out the damn thing. And we be like, you pick her up. No, fuck you.
We just leave her there on the ground
So
the whole
we
time.
lay the fucking shit sideways and roll your ass over with grass and everything. And then just try to do the best we can and have you looking sideways and pop your leg
I
over.
would run.
Yeah.
I would run if I wake up and I hear. I mean, I love your laugh.
I
Don't
mean,
get me
at
wrong.
that point, everyone's left the building.
And then all we can do is
Everybody's
play that
gone.
laugh and say she look good. She look good. Amen.
She'll be all right.
She
She'll
had a
be all
good
right.
time.
Oh,
She'll just show up and start
That's
laughing.
exactly what she wanted.
I'm gonna hire an engineer that's gonna allow my body
You
to
just
come
do
from
that.
my casket.
Just do that
and
Tupac
do that
3D
laugh,
thing.
and then go back. I
Just
got
have him
y'all.
sitting down.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm putting a prank on y'all on my
And maybe you
funeral.
can
Watch.
have like a button on me, and, you know, like those little dolls, like push me, and then you
Yes, and you can hear the laugh.
Girl,
Okay, no
you
more.
need to make your money. You need to get it right.
Oh my
So
God.
many
Right.
Scary, like on Halloween. you
At
have
the end
all
of the
them
day,
damn-
I think that we all want to just be celebrated and remembered in our, like you said, in our good memories, even our bad memories. Remember that, learn from it, and just, remember us and keep our spirit alive. I want this after I die. So, Maria, you're in charge if I die
As long as
before
you.
you.
Don't come visit, girl, we're good.
Oh, I'm
I'll
pulling
put
them
you
legs,
up.
girl.
But instead of a photo, we'll have a video clip.
You know what?
I'm
You
so
won't
mad at everybody. Everybody in this damn room. said
I'm
you guys
doing
gonna pull
nothing
my
but
leg.
pranks on you.
No, I'm not pulling your leg.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
gonna change your
I appreciate
underwear
you for
during
that.
your sleep.
I can imagine Maria trying to fight
Girl.
Jackie's spirit.
LOL.
She's really going for it. So y'all better be ready.
I'm coming for Maria. That's it.
Don't play like that.
No, I can imagine Maria trying to fight Jackie's spirit. If
Get
you
away, girls. No, she only coming for me.
Jackie, stop
she's
playing.
gonna try to fight you.
Yo, it is Dia De Los Muertos. So
Okay, we gotta go. It's 9 o'clock. That's it. We can keep going. I'm so sorry. It's getting hot in here.
And I gotta drive home alone.
Oh my God, you're gonna be
You
fine.
better put on that
Thank you to
gospel music.
everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who came. My co-host Mari, Myra, my special guest Jorge. My
you.
sister came through, Anna. Shout out to Bebe who came through with her water. Ayy. And shout out to Frank for playing Truth or Shot with us.
Yay.
Make sure you guys can follow us on Instagram at Ladies Night Radio Show and just tune in every Friday night. We're a good time. We just have fun. We drink, and this is our night out. So thank you for joining us. What are you going to cheers? Oh, yeah. Cheers. Pa
yeah.
arriba, pa abajo, pa centro, pa dentro. Happy 1 year, Ladies Night.
It's a ladies' night.
Thank you for spending your Friday night with us. I'm your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. And just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough.
What? Where's my music?
Okay, I like that one.
Eres como una mariposa.
Woo! Love it. Happy Friday. It's the weekend.